There are anime that leave a mark because of their epic stories, others because of characters that break your heart or make you laugh until you cry. But then, there's a special group, a chosen few that, for reasons we still can't fully explain, were cancelled way too soon. Was it a curse from the anime gods? A tragic mistake by the production committee? Who knows? But the worst part, they were at their peak when it happened. These are the shows that left us hanging, heartbroken, empty inside, and with an ending that never came. Series so good, so unique, that even years later, fans are still begging for a continuation like it's some kind of sacred prayer. Why are these anime in this top 5? Because they weren't just popular, they were game changers. Gripping stories that promise so much more. Top tier animation with powerhouse studios behind them. Fandoms still burning with hope for a comeback. And plots left unfinished like someone ripped the last page out of your favorite manga. Has it happened to you? An anime you still haven't gotten over? Well, it might be on this list. So get ready to dive into the top 5 cancelled anime that fans still can't get over. And who knows, maybe one of these is your shared trauma. Drop a comment and tell us which anime left you hollow inside. And let's be honest, you still haven't moved on. Imagine being a spoiled princess who suddenly loses everything. That's how Yona of the Dawn begins. The story of a young noble girl who, after a heartbreaking betrayal, is forced to flee her palace and face the true nature of her kingdom. From there, an epic journey of redemption, growth, and legendary dragons begins. Why is it in the top? Because Yona of the Dawn had everything it needed to become a classic. It was an atypical shoujo with the soul of a shonen, a rich world, real character development, and a protagonist who transforms from a pampered girl into a true warrior. Despite solid reception and a loyal fandom, it never got a second season. And yes, that hurts. It hurts a lot. Highlights a story that blends politics, romance, and action in perfect balance. Smooth, high-quality animation for its time. An epic soundtrack worthy of a blockbuster. And unforgettable side characters, yes Hak, we're looking at you, who steal every scene. If you liked Fushigi Yugi, Magi, or even Attack on Titan for its rebellion arc and protagonist growth, Yona will hook you with the same emotional punch. Fun fact, did you know the manga is still ongoing with over 240 chapters? Yep. And every time a new chapter drops, fans start hoping for a second season all over again, just to get crushed like background characters in episode 1 of an isekai. Still waiting for Yona's second season too? Tell us in the comments and join the club of the broken-hearted but ever hopeful. Two genius siblings, Sora and Shiro, are literally unbeatable at any game. They never lose. But when a mysterious being transports them to a world where everything, yes, everything is decided through games, from wars to royal marriages, they see their chance to conquer it all with their overpowered intellect. That's how a colorful, chaotic, and ridiculously addictive story begins. Why is it in the top? No Game No Life wasn't just a visual boom, it was an explosion of creativity. Since its 2014 debut, it shattered norms with its bold narrative, hyper-saturated color palette, and a brilliant mix of strategy, humor, and fantasy. It made being geeky glorious. But it only got 12 episodes. 12! And even though we got a prequel movie, NGNL 0, we're still waiting for the continuation like a chess match paused right before checkmate. Highlights psychedelic, dazzling, and truly unique visuals. A main duo with off-the-charts chemistry. Tones of otaku culture, gaming, and math logic references. A memorable OST that puts you in full epic gamer mode. If you liked Konosuba for the humor, Death Note for the strategy, and Zero for the mind-bending twists, No Game No Life is the chaotic brilliance you didn't know you needed. Fun fact, every year, without a second season, the fandom rises again with memes like, "The sun will die before NGNL gets a second season," or "The anime gods are literally playing us." At this point, it's endgame, and we're still waiting for the final move. Are you part of the NGNL cult too, or have you finally accepted defeat? Drop your master move in the comments. Drifters throws us headfirst into an epic, an absolutely insane war where real historical figures, yes, real, are transported into a fantasy world to fight each other like they're in some multiverse battle royale. What do a samurai, Joan of Arc, and Rasputin have in common? Nothing. But here they are, wielding swords, casting magic, and pulling off military strategies like it's a bloody, unhinged version of civilization. Why is it in the top? Because this anime was a supernova. It burst onto the scene, blew everyone's minds, and then vanished. Based on the manga by Kota Hirano. Yup, the same genius behind Hellsing, Drifters promised an epic, brutal, and gloriously unfiltered story that could have become the action series of the decade. We got 12 episodes and 3 OVAs, and since then, radio silence. Highlights dark, stylized character designs with Hirano's unmistakable touch. Gritty, dynamic animation with fights that feel brutal. A bold blend of history and fantasy. Razor-sharp dialogue, sometimes unhinged, always awesome. Perfect for fans of Hellsing, Vinland Saga, or Goblin Slayer. Drifters is that one weird cousin who shows up to the family reunion with a katana and a monologue about military tactics. Fun fact, the manga is still ongoing very slowly, like Turtle on Vacation slow. And the fans, they scream on forums and social media anytime someone even whispers season 2. There are conspiracy theories at this point. Do you think we'll ever see the Drifters back together again? Or are we doomed to imagine the final war forever? Tell me in the comments. In a world where magical knights fight using supernatural abilities, Ikikurogane is ranked the worst student at his academy. Why? Because he has no talent. But what he does have is an unbreakable work ethic, a heart as stubborn as steel, and a sword that cuts deeper than pride itself. Together with Stella, a fiery princess with a temper to match, he sets out to prove that effort can defy fate. Why is it in the top? Because Chivalry of a Failed Knight is the perfect example of how to do a cliché right. Yes, it has the usual magic school, tournaments, rivalries, and the underdog protagonist, but everything here feels fresh. The characters actually grow, the romance develops, no more oops, I fell and grabbed your chest nonsense, and the pacing hits that sweet spot between action and emotion. And the ending? Not a real ending, just a decade-long pause. Yeah, that hurts. Highlights a main couple with real chemistry and zero toxicity. Fight scenes that are well choreographed and emotionally charged. A powerful soundtrack that hits hard in every duel, and a personal growth arc that genuinely inspires without feeling forced. Think Asterisk War or The Irregular at Magic High School, but with a protagonist who isn't a walking calculator or surrounded by a decorative harem. Fun fact, the light novel is still ongoing and goes way beyond the anime. There are chapters where the main couple is already married. Yes, married, while we're still stuck in will they won't they limbo. Fans have been demanding a second season for years with hashtags like #justice for Iki. Do you also think this so-called failed knight deserved a triumphant second season? Tell us in the comments. At the elite Uran Academy, Haruhi Fujioka, a scholarship student, accidentally breaks a ridiculously expensive vase belonging to the host club and ends up disguising herself as a boy to repay the debt by working for the club. Surrounded by eccentric and fabulously wealthy boys, she embarks on an adventure full of laughter, chaos, and moments that swing from the absurd to the truly heartfelt. Why is it in the top? Because Uran was, and still is, an icon. It broke the mold of romantic comedy anime, parodied shoujo cliches, and flipped them with sharp, clever humor. Its satire, subtle commentary on class, gender roles, and stereotypes made it a gem ahead of its time. Despite huge success and a devoted fan base that still worships it, we never got a second season. Why? Who knows? The manga wrapped up beautifully, but the anime just ended with a big to be continued. Highlights lovable characters with surprisingly deep backstories. Metatextual humor that pokes fun at itself constantly. A unique, elegant, and over-the-top visual style. A refined soundtrack that adds a theatrical, operatic flair. If you enjoy the clever chaos of Kaguya-sama or were drawn to the mix of drama and sweetness in Fruits Basket, Ouran is the perfect blend of laughs and heart. Fun fact, the fandom is still alive, strong, and a little unhinged. Fan petitions, headcanons, and memes resurface regularly. Yes, the Haruhi, I love you but your wallet doesn't belong here meme is still going strong. Oh, and did you know Tamaki's Latin American voice actor improvised some of his best lines? Pure gold. Were you Team Tamaki or Team Haruhi independent? Tell us your favorite moment from anime's most extravagant club. And there you have it, 5 anime that shone bright, only to leave us with a lump in our throat when they ended, or worse, were cut off mid-story. From the epic yet interrupted journey of Yona of the Dawn, through the multiversal chessboard of No Game No Life, the bloody historical chaos of Drifters, the romantic underdog fight of Chivalry of a Failed Knight, to the elegant madness of Uran High School Host Club. They all have one thing in common. They left us wanting more, and we never got that more. This top isn't just a tribute to cancelled series. It's a reminder of what makes anime so special. Gripping stories, unforgettable characters, and fandoms that never give up. Because when a show hits you deep, it doesn't matter how many years pass. We still hold out hope for that miracle announcement. Season 2 confirmed. But now I want to hear from you. Which cancelled anime broke your heart? Do you agree with this ranking? Which one would you add to the list? Let's talk about it in the comments. You know we love a good debate. And if you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Like, comment, and subscribe for more epic otaku content. See you in the next video. And remember, anime may be short, but the trauma is forever.